What's good, everyone? It's your boy Puns, and we're back with another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make pain loops in 2026. This loop could be for artists such as NBA Youngboy or Young and Ace. Without further ado, let's hop into FL Studio and get right to it. So the first sound I used is a piano. I used a Homestead piano, which is a contact bank, and I used the Bright and Rich preset. This is what the MIDI looks like for the chord progression. So as you can see, we have a 6-7-1 chord progression over here. And I copied the bass notes an octave down. I added some filler notes in the first and second bars, and in the fifth and sixth as well, just to add some variation and make it feel like there's more movement in the chord progression. For the effects, I have the Valhalla Vintage Verb, and these are my settings. I have the Fruity Delay 3 with the default settings, and I turned the mix level to 6%, and then I EQ'd out some low end. The next thing I did was I added a piano top line, and I used the same Homestead piano Bright and Rich preset. One of the best piano contact banks, I think. You should go check it out if you haven't already. This is what we have here for the piano top line. Let me play it for you so you could hear what it sounds like. So the biggest advice I can give when making these piano top lines would probably to be, if you have a MIDI keyboard, just play around on the keys. If you can't play, then at least you'll get some ideas that you can draw in, or if you do play, then you can play the keys and find some melodies, and that usually helps with creativity. I find just trying new things is what keeps us creative, so I would aim to do that always when you're making these kind of beats, or just any beats in general. And you want to find notes that complement the chords that you're using, and it makes it sound more melodic, which is what you want when you're making these pain beats. For effects, we have a Valhalla Vintage Verb. These are my settings. We have a Fruity Delay 2 with the time stretched to 2, and the feedback on ping pong, and the mix level at 6%, and I EQ'd out some low end. The next thing we did is we added a pad. I have the Cuddly pad, which is for under soft pads, and Expand 2. This is probably one of my favorite pads ever. Let me play it for you so you can hear what it sounds like. Yeah, it's just a nice soft pad. I copied the chord progression over from the piano And that's how I got this pattern over here. For effects on the pad, I EQ'd out some high end, some low end to get some mid range. I used a Valhalla Vintage Verb, and these are my settings. And I used a Midside Matrix 3, and I used a wide preset. The next thing I did is I added a Scarby Rickenbacker bass, and I used the call preset. I copied the root notes and I added some extra notes in, just to give it a nice bounce. This is what it sounds like. The last thing I did is I added these guitar phrases from the Nitro Audio's Pain Harmonies kit. Shout out Vabu, shout out Wello, shout out Sid type shit. This is what it sounds like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more because we'll have 1 to 2 videos coming out every single week. I'll be giving you all the sauce I can and showing you exactly how to make pain beats, melodic beats, and more. We'll be doing live beat cookups, more beat breakdowns, and sample making as well, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, peace.